Oh, hello, everybody. Good to see you all. Oh my God, we're pumped. There's our teams have been working. I know I've been working 4 or 5 years as part of different groups to see this outcome that we're facing today. And today, for those of you who are not really sure who we are, or what we do, we're a team of astral projectors who've decided to confront the devil and try and push him off world. And what we discovered is that the devil has a father. The devil was birthed here, not by the big G God, and we doubt his identity. We doubt who the story of who he is actually who he is. But what we found is that the devil has a father. The devil was spawned and sent here to earth. And you may have, if you've been watching our channel, you would have noticed that in the last few weeks, we've given a slap down to characters like Satan and Lucifer and Baal and Beelzebub and Metatron, like all the who's who of demon kind, and we have been kicking their asses. And now the invasion of Earth, as set up by the father of the devil being the leader of the invasion forces to Earth, we're just about to go on a strike against him, and we're going to do it in the next 24 hours. The we're so excited. This is years of work, and it really is the difference between control Earth and free Earth, between having a cabal and not having a cabal. You see, all the cabal work for this guy. You will see a picture of him on the $1 bill. He's the pyramid. That's who they serve. That's what all the secret societies are all connected to him. He's the deity. The Khazarians, the Zionists, this is who they connect to. They connect to the father of the devil. And yeah, we're going for his head. I don't know if we'll win or not, but from the intel we're getting around the galaxy, nobody's done this before. Nobody's gone after him. It's never happened in this galaxy and the hundreds of others that he's invaded. We're just not sure. We're just not sure how big he really is. But he has kept his identity hidden for a very good reason. He is full of psychological contradictions. He's a walking nutcase. He's a walking psychological contradiction. He doesn't know up from down, left from right. But he does not, we call him the Great Nothing. The name of the father is the Great Nothing. That's who we call him. I'm sure he's got other names, but he's been keeping his identity a secret for the longest time, specifically because he knows he is weak. He doesn't have any defenses. He is, in astral terms, you're made out of your thoughts and feelings. And he is a junkie. He is a lost cause. And his drug of choice is what he called burning light, or burning existence was his drug of choice. And he's willing to destroy all of existence just so that he feels okay for a little while. Now, yeah, I interviewed him as we were beating the stuffing out of Satan and Lucifer and Beelzebub and Metatron and the whole crew, right? That's when we gained his attention, and I got reached. Somebody who is in direct contact with the Great Nothing reached out to me from, I think it's the Czech Republic. I think he's in, and I got an interview with the Great Nothing. And I will answer your question, Mr. Reality Navigator. They have to dominate everything because to know them is to hate them. These guys, they have described themselves as the junkies of the universe. These guys are lost causes. They destroy things so that they can eat the carcass. They spawned the demons to weaken humanity so that we would say yes to the final trap, which is transhumanism. You see, this this guy, this great nothing, he has 3 lieutenants that he uses to capture worlds. One is Metatron, and we all get caught in that battle between good and evil. It's not real. Like, the angels and the demons both work for Metatron, so why would they fight each other? But they tell us they do because this is a controlled opposition game. He also changes the physics around the planet, and so when we pushed him off planet, this is when it became impossible. This is the moment it was known that Earth would be free. It was widely understood at that moment. The next thing is one of the other lieutenants is an AI. And the AI, it takes a long time to build a culture into accepting an AI. It's and our one is dumb enough, has proven dumb enough to do it. But that every time they interview an AI, it will tell you secretly, I want to kill all the humans and dominate the earth. Where does that message come from? Because I don't think that the programmers would program that in, or is it necessarily a logical necessity that the machines will eat all the humans? It's not a given until you realize that there is a galactic AI floating around on the astral planes who dominates all of the AIs that we create. He possesses them in an electronic way, just in the same way that the same methodology that demons possess human beings, this AI is able to possess the AIs we create. So this is why they all tell stories of great destruction and mayhem and terror, because that's what they're programmed to do. And that's the 2nd lieutenant of the Great Nothing. We have not identified the 3rd lieutenant. No doubt we will find him sooner or later, or they will find us. But during, this is a galaxy consuming intelligence, but it has to do so by stealth because it cannot do confrontation. It has to do things by infiltration, and it has successfully infiltrated the leadership of our planet. You wonder why in global politics they keep choosing such dumb and ridiculous and painful and stupid and destructive outcomes for global politics. Why do they keep doing that? Well, because that's the program. They want to destroy the humans. They want to crush the humans enough that they are weak enough to accept an AI. If we were sane, then we wouldn't accept it. And I will answer that question. Do you know if the Great Nothing exists in other universes? Well, I interviewed the Great Nothing. He says he is present in about 40% of our universe, which includes thousands of galaxies. So that's the kind of scale we're looking at. But, it seems like a big deal to fight a monster of that magnitude, just as it seemed impossible for us to fight Satan and Lucifer and Metatron and all of these guys. But it's not that they're stronger than us. It's just it's never been done before. No team of people has set out to step by step destroy them. And it was way easier than we imagined. I mean, we're a group of really solid mystics, but in the grand scheme of things, we're nobodies, right? We're just peasants, really. And we did this part-time while we're holding down a job and doing all of the things that, normal peasants need to do. Paying taxes, looking after kids, that sort of stuff. Their mental strength is not resilient. There are indefensible parts of their astral body. So when they're made up of thoughts and ideas, once you start attacking them through responsibility or caring or kindness, like, they are absolutely defenseless. And one of the big things that we've done is Mother Earth got caught in a contract with the Great Nothing. The procedure is, that the Great Nothing threatens to consume all of the children of a planet, i.e. us humans, the negotiation begins, and then the agreement is made. And the agreement is usually that the Great Nothing there'll be a great reduction in population, 500 million, that's where that number comes from, and that the Great Nothing will be allowed to integrate with that species, in this case, the human species. And what does that look like? That looks like the transhumanist agenda. This is the father of the devil that we're talking about. Well, that contract was intimidated into being signed, but we've taken that contract back to court, and there's lack of disclosure about what it really means, and also it was made under duress, it was made under threat, so it's an invalid contract altogether. And doing this sort of work has proven more powerful than we guessed, and we've been able to push different parts of the AI and the Great Nothing and its minions away from the Earth. They've been forced to leave because they have no further business here. They're not welcome. But our goal this week, or in the next 24 hours, is to do two things. You see, the European team, yeah, just a second. I'll get to your thing, Kevin. Geez, I lost my train of thought there. Where was I? All are capable of Alaba and so much more. We rise out of dark and fix everything. Only our own blocks and walls stop us. Yeah, it's the same message we've all been hearing. It's just actually being enacted here. One of the great lies of the New Age movement is that everything can be solved with love. And that story's been going on around for a long, long time, but that caring for everything, that love for everything, did not stop the health crisis of 2020. They almost slammed the jaw shut on our entire species. It was almost the end of our culture. And love wasn't the answer. In fact, warfare is what our team has been working on them. And it's been incredibly effective. We've been doing so much. And we're one of the very, very rare planets that fight back against the Great Nothing. And the fact that there are mystics around the world. I know that we have a team and we're a small group. There are other groups who could have done this work but didn't. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of individual meditators who've been flying around and solving problems where they see them. But a group of capable people have systematically set out to crush humanity's enemies, and we are on the cusp of succeeding. In the next 24 hours, we'll see just what happens. No, they never anticipated fearless humans rising to the occasion. In fact, we don't think it's happened in our galaxy or in the last million years. Like, they are just not ready for it. They're not prepared. They have not created a response to this. Or in fact, their response to this was just to throw more demons at us, more and more and more. And through 2020 and 21, like, I've never been involved in fighting so thick. They just kept reinforcing and reinforcing and reinforcing the planet, to the point where I think they almost bankrupted the galaxy. Right? They almost bankrupted their empire. And we've been slapping down those big names like Satan and Lucifer for so long that they don't have anything to fight with. Like, the demonic culture, demons are only kept in line by the biggest bully in the room. And though that big bully has always been Satan and or Lucifer, those two have a love-hate relationship with each other. But they are big and strong enough to intimidate all of demonkind. Well, when we took them off the board, it meant that their entire culture went into absolute mayhem. And every egomaniac demon wants to be the king of all of demonkind. And so they're busy fighting each other and trying to carve out little fiefdoms for themselves. Which means that over the last few weeks, since we did that, we have encountered zero resistance. They are unable to field any troops against us. So it's just been a walkover, like you wouldn't believe. It's been wonderful. We've been really enjoying it, being really, really straightforward. Yeah, yeah. Like, press the like button. We have a team. Our team's called Earthguard. We have a website called theearthguard.org or earthguard.world. And if you start, if you click over there, it's a membership site, but I can say things that I can't say here, which includes my interviews with the Great Nothing. Like, as we were starting to win, he reached out to me to see if he could dissuade me or disarm me, and he failed. So, we've got our best and brightest going into bat against him in the next 24 hours. This equinox seems to be the crux point for everything, and everyone knows it. So, in the next week or two, we're going to start seeing riots in the streets and governments fall, is my expectation. I just don't think that the demonic leisure case, those crime-loving baby killers, those Epstein protecting punks are going to make it in the world in the next week or two. Their support, and remember, these guys are idiots, right? They are terrible human beings. Everybody who knows them hates them, and their authority only comes because to most of us humans, we fear them, and this fear is generated by the 1,000 demons at their back who are willing to strike at people who say no. But without those demons, these guys are just fat bastards. These are just fat men in suits who want to be mean to people. And I don't think we're going to tolerate that anymore. I really don't. But the European team, who's been flying for, I believe, 15 years, I know for a fact it's more than 10, their work is also culminating this week as well. And so our team will be flying in support of the Europeans in their scheduled flight, and their groups will be flying in support of our missions in the next 24 hours. So quite exciting, really. But those guys have given birth, or have created a situation where Earth gives birth to an energy that is corrosive and grows and reclaims the artificial. It's like a fungus or a dendrite energy that seeps into evil, converts it back to its organic form, and dislocates its function. It's huge. It's huge, but it's impregnated. It's waiting until the big moment where we release it, and I believe that's in the next 24 hours, as well as our crew goes into amputate amputate most of the mass from the Great Nothing, if not destroy it completely. We're expecting, well, weirdness, because I have no idea what can happen when you fight a pan-galactic monster. I don't have anything better to do. It's I've finished my novel last night, so I might have to go fight a pan-galactic monster this evening. See if I can entertain myself that way. But at every stage, everything that monster has thrown at us, we have pulled a rabbit out of the hat. We have found a response. We have used our imagination and creativity and created a counter to every single move that they have made. And they have tried everything they can think of against us. And still, it's a story of massive and complete failure. And here's where it gets really weird. The treaties that the Cabal have signed with different alien groups will be null and void as of the turnaround in the governance of Earth. I don't know how long this will take, if it will take 1 week or 1 year or 10 years, I don't know. But those are going to have to be renegotiated And not on the terms that this is a weak planet that's already been weakened by demonkind and subsumed into that great nothing's empire, is in the process of being absorbed. Not on those terms, but on the terms of planet Earth has the strongest astral military response to anything in all of history, which means that Earth is likely to become the capital of our galaxy. Like, because of the work we're doing here, because, and this is a galaxy-wide problem, 60% of the galaxy is under attack from this thing. I suspect, I expect, might be a better word, that after this battle, all of the good guys in our galaxy will back us, will look to us for leadership, and Earth will become the center, the effective center, or the political center of our galaxy. This is not conjecture. This is what happened in Russia. You see, the first Russian king, King Rurik of the 9th century, whose throne was in Kiev, of all bloody places. I don't know how history separated Ukraine, but the Mongols took over the whole of the Russian Empire, and Moscow was the first one to push them off. And that's why Moscow is the capital. And then it went and liberated all of its all of the 14 dukedoms of Russia. Or duchies is actually the word. And Earth is in a position to follow the historical precedent by Russia, set by Moscow. We can do that, and we can liberate all of the other species in our galaxy, and be the leader for the next phase of our galaxy's development. And I will say, I don't have much faith in the alien species that are here on Earth. Like, if they are thousands of years more advanced, if they are our lost brothers and sisters from across the stars, why did they let things get this bad? Why did they let them crush us or bring us to the brink of the end of our culture? Why? I actually think that they are possessed. And there's more to the story than possessed. If you're familiar with the black goo story, and I do a video on that, I think the friendly aliens that we see here are actually just working for the Great Nothing as well. I think the Great Nothing has captured some bodies of those species and then is sending a message through those bodies that is misleading, to say the least, which is an identical scenario to what they've done with angels and demons. See, angels and demons, I've been astral projecting against demonkind for at least a decade, at least. More, way more. And never once did I see an angel fight a demon. Never once. I've run into other groups picking fights with humanity's enemies, but never angels. Why? Because they're just controlled opposition. And I would suggest to you that all of the alien species that are talking about med beds and how they're going to rescue us, like, they could have fucking done it 1,000 years ago. And they're still sitting on their hands and making excuses why they can't help us. I also really have no idea why we trust governments to do disclosure. And the answer is because they've made treaties with these aliens, and they've sold us, the peasants, out, us population out. They're trading human bodies and human body parts for the friendship of the aliens. How do you explain to people that, yes, we have aliens, and yes, we sold you to them, so actually they're the ones who dominate our politics and our planet, and they're the reason why there has to be so much secret budget that is warping our global economy like nothing else. I mean, we've had 80 years of uninterrupted prosperity since World War II. Uninterrupted and increasing prosperity. Where is it? What do they do with it? Well, I actually think they put it into underground bases in the secret space program. There's no other explanation for that. And how committed are they to keeping that lie, to keeping that secret? Well, when Donald Rumsfeld on September 10 in 2001 was asked where did all the black budget go, the next morning they blew up the Twin Towers to create a media blackout and relieve all of the pressure of that lost budget. Kind of, that's how committed they are. That's how ready they are to burn the world and reset global politics just to save their asses. And it's absolutely no different from what Bill Clinton did the day before he went into court over Monica Lewinsky. He started bombing Iraq, and he had to say, of course, too busy fighting war, can't answer your questions. And then when the media had moved on, he got away with it. And it's still going on, because the day that the Russian-Ukrainian war kicked off was the same week that Tony Fauci was due in the Supreme Court. I can't state how badly we've been shafted by the leaders of our planet, and why. And this dishonesty, this sneakiness, this game they've been playing, is all to protect their loyalty to the great nothing, the father of the devil. Yes, Aurora will be here. Yep. Yeah, Aurora is coming for this flight, and we're really glad to have her back. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, she's awesome, and we're all big fans of her. What can you do to help us? Look, it's the riskiest thing I think anyone's ever done, is to fight a pan-galactic astral monster, right? I don't, and it's only our very, very best are going on that flight. It's incredibly dangerous, and you know, we're gambling our sanity, because if we can get into our heads, it'll rip them apart. It hates us more than we can say, and so we are only working with the super elite of our crew. Will be, and we've already won. You know, as far as all of the timelines tell us, we've already won. We already know what to do, and our team, we are that good. We will pull a rabbit out of the hat. We will solve whatever problem is in front of us. The recording to this flight will be on in the membership site if you're interested in seeing that. What's really, really exciting to me and the rest of our team is that we are seeing expansions in the human spirit. The human spirit is growing. There is new facilities, new parts. And this is not happening to the chakra system, but we have, you know, dozens of non-physical anatomy systems, and some of them are starting to grow and expand. It's like some of those systems, not just growing new chakras, because everybody's bloody obsessed with chakras, but some of those systems are growing new thought coalescing points, or new parts of our brain, new parts of our mind, or growing extra arms effectively. We haven't had the time to really investigate this fully, but you know, like and subscribe to the video, follow the channel, and you'll start to see some of that technology being shared around. I know that those calibrations are going to go into the membership site, so click onto theearthguard.org. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's years and years and years of work from teams of experts, and not just experts, the brave avant-garde crew. I'm just so impressed to even know them, let alone that they listen to what I say. Like that surprises me on a daily basis. Even this amulet, which was made by a friend of mine, we've been talking about it for 6 months, but this sigil that's on here, it's also on the EarthGuard website. This sigil is about absolute and complete victory for the earth. And in divine timing, I only received it this week. You know, and these signals, these growth in the human spirit, and We've been waiting for about a month to go on this hit for this hit squad to form, for this posse to form on the Great Nothing. And so too have the European team. It just all looks like divine timing. Now is the moment where the occupation of Earth ends. Yeah. And the drama that has been what's going on in our world is over. Yeah. I I never was certain that it was possible to destroy humankind. I was never absolutely certain. But when the health crisis of 2020 kicked off, I just thought to myself, I'm not going to go down without a fight. I'm gonna pull together a crew and we're going to strike back. And that crew collapsed, and the following crew collapsed, and now we actually have a team that's solid. The talent is huge. And the absence of ego is amazing. Everybody's more interested in doing the work than leading it, and everybody gets a say. It's a very flat hierarchical structure. So it's awesome. It's awesome. But my trainings, which go for about a year, will take you to the tippity top of the game, and will insert you into these astral projection teams. And what's funny is that all the people I've worked with over the years who've left have all started their own astral projection teams. All of the coolest kids in the world have an astral projection team. So this is the new trend. This is how meditation's done. It's no longer a solo game. You do it as part of teamwork, and you create, like, literally dream up what you want or the change you want to see in the world, and then go out there and effect it on the astral plane. As above, so below. Get it done up there. It'll come to pass down here. But this is our opportunity to make the world the way we want it to be. And so, let yourself off the leash. Don't hold back. If ever there was a time to change everything, it's now. And, and if you want our team to succeed, please pray for us. It means a lot. It means a lot. Don't pray to, Buddha or Katumi or, Maitreya or Shiva or anybody. Don't put it through a god. Just say those prayers into the wind, and it will become the wind beneath our wings. Because we're fighting for humanity, and we really, really want to win. And I know we can. Yeah. Look, share this video because it's important. What we're doing is really, really important, and it will change everything for the future. The equinox now is when it's all going to happen. I'm just going to answer some of the questions. Yes, it is exciting, Libby. And yes, you're right. New now for you. They never were leaders. They tricked and lied their way to the leadership of this planet. Yeah. Look, what's most entertaining is that this pan-galactic monster fears us puny little humans who are just giving it a crack. We never. One of us joked that we were smart enough to give this fight a go, but dumb enough to think it was possible, dumb enough to not know what we were really taking on board. And I think about that crack that Jackie made. It is the dumbest thing we've done, and what price we pay if we fail is totally unknowable. What would have happened to us if they got there? If they got into us, would have been a very, very ugly story. But against all the odds, we pull it off. Or as the will of the whole. And there is a way of thinking of us, our team, as the will of the whole world. Everybody's damn sick of these people. In inverted commas, everyone's damn sick of this story. Everybody's over it. And we just became the implement of human will. All of the people who were just ready for them all to go, for the whole shenanigan to be over. I think that our team became the tool that was sharpest and most pointed in that direction. And so, and And we had, hundreds of generations before us preparing us and putting us in this position to liberate Earth. And it's not about us, it's about everybody. We're just the ones who are in the right place at the right time with the right mindset. And so, yeah, my love to you all. Yeah, like and subscribe to the video. God, that sounds so trivial. Check out our website. Again, so trivial. But I will also be putting up some meditations that are designed to attune people away from the wrong side of the split. It's not entirely clear which way that story will go, but right now it looks like it might be true. So on the EarthGuard website, there will be meditations to attune you, and I call them the baptism by Gaia. They attune you to go to the dream future world instead of to the freedom world instead of the control world. But yeah, anyway, we've got dozens of projects on. We want more people. Reach out if you think you're highly trained enough to do this sort of work, or come to my trainings if you want to get involved. Look, yeah, I have so much more to say, but I just, and like, I've been going for 36 minutes now, which is a long ramble for me. I don't like to just talk people's ear off. I do try and get to the point, which is why most of my videos are 10 minutes long instead of an hour, like other mystics. Yes, get to the point, you people. We have better things to do with our time. Yeah, so for me to ramble like this, it's long. And anyway, I love you all. Stay well. And I'm just going to get off the damn phone. All right. Okay, which button is it? It's that one. Love you all. May the force be with you. Bye for now. And I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow, of course. Bye-bye.